Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, the last video, really positive comments regarding our plan on moving into another unit as well. I did notice on some of the comments there, we did have quite a few saying it would be a lot better if it was just one big unit. The reason that we've sort of decided to go this route, really, whether it's a coincidence, we've only become really busy and things seem to have changed a lot since we started the channel. Obviously, lockdown may have something to do with that. We understand that quite a lot of people have sort of either quit or gone bust or retired or whatever, you know. Places like ours are few and far between now. So yeah, it may be sort of a bit of a mixture between the two really, but what we didn't do and what we're a little bit wary of, because the channel's only been going for sort of 7-8 months, something like that, it's fairly new, but yeah, it has changed us a lot. And you know, as you can see, we've got a lot of work here that needs to be done. But what we don't want to do is give this unit up, go into a unit maybe twice as big or whatever, and sort of chuck all our eggs in one basket and it go quiet all of a sudden. That's the only thing we're a bit worried about, because obviously if we do move into this unit, we are going to have to take on another couple of staff. We need someone to sort of keep their eye on over that place while one of us is over here, or you know, whatever. But yeah, we're going to need another guy to maybe do the stripping and some cleaning and what have you. So yeah, we're going to have to take on more staff. So we're almost, you know, expanding quite a bit really in regards to sort of staff and room. But as I say, if we do it in 2 units, yes, you've got the ball ache of to and fro from both units, but if it all sort of went south, the main business, you know, this building here with all our machinery is our main priority really, and this isn't going to change. So we could always just come back into this unit and start off as we left off really, if you know what I mean. So that's the main reason for us wanting to do that. Plus, with the size of that unit, maybe to start with, the main priority is the clean bay. But the extra room with the ramps and what have you, if all sort of goes to plan on what we want to be doing eventually, we can make use of that. And as I say, another priority of mine is keeping you guys happy, expanding the channel. If the channel produces enough revenue to sort of fund that, then that's really what we want to do, you know, if not just for the business point of view and making the room to do more engines, it's to produce better content, you know. So if that works and the channel can sort of fund that a little bit, then ideal really. So yeah, you're just as much of a priority as the business is really. Right, thumbnail and title, guys, is about the Lagonda Rapier. Now this has been stripped. So the story is with this Lagonda, it's a nice old chap that owns this, and apparently it's all been apart before and it just sort of wanted looking at and maybe just refreshing. Bad news is we haven't yet spoke to the customer, but it's quite a lot worse than we imagined. Bear in mind, by the way he sounded, that it has all been apart before, and it has, because it's got aftermarket engine parts in it. So we were under the impression that it was all sort of okay and it just needed to come apart, check, and sort of put back together, overhauled really. But unfortunately for him, he's got quite extensive damage.
Nuts.
Well observed.
I don't know what to say now. You turn the camera on, I don't know.
We already had an own change.
Edit that out again.
Yeah. No footage of me at all, so I keep swearing.
It's about time you got a team t-shirt on, Paul.
I'd say you got me one, mate.
Got me one in that box, mate.
You got me medium, so obviously I look ripped.
I was going to say, extra small.
Extra small, something like that.
Tight tee.
Tight t-shirt, yeah.
Hi guys, Isaac at Barham Engines here. I've got a couple of things to show you today, so let's get into it. So this is the pre-crossflow 1500 Ford crank. As you can see here, I've taken a fair amount off of this. Bit there as well, and all there. And then we've got the holes in the flywheel. As you can see, I've marked them up, so I know where I've got a drill. So that's all balanced now as it is. I'm just waiting for a clutch. We're struggling to get one really, so So I've just been doing a few little finishing touches when it comes to painting for the MGB. I've just painted these black, they were silver. These are actually the little nuts for the rocker cover. So John and Leah just popped out, but John's asked me to get on with this head. I couldn't tell you what it is, but I've got to strip it down, and it's actually got a burnt valve with a nice chunk missing there. So yeah, I'll get cracking with that. So I've just been over here grinding some valves, and I've turned around and I've spotted this box. Now it's very similar to the box that the pistons for the MG were in. And if I look here, piston set plus 20. Yes.
Oh, look at that. What's it turn like, mate? All right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty happy with that.
Well done. After a nice little dummy build, make sure everything was all right. Strip down.
Eat your dinner off that.
Yes, you can. Lovely. Here's a table full of bits here. Obviously, we've just had to put it on this table out the way, really, while we sort of speak to the customer and decide which way he wants to go, because either way, it's going to be quite a timely job, this. So, first thing, pistons. Pistons were meant to be all good, and they are, but as you can see on a couple of them, especially this one here, it's sort of wiped a piston, and the bores are not very good at all. We've measured them, and they're all over the place, so that's not good. It's going to need a rebore, new set of pistons. Now, on this, you've got basically white metal bearings. You've got white metal bearings sort of cast into the con rod. So the white metal is, whereas sort of modern stuff, you can change the con rod bearings. These are sort of white metalled into the housings there. And as you can see here, that looks like it has been freshly done at some point, but that has just delaminated. And you've got a big old chunk come out of there. Now, that's on a big end. On the main here, that there looks, initially that looked like a big chunk of sort of white metal on there, but on closer inspection, you can see that what this looks like is it's been metal sprayed, ground back. It's just not took. It's took a chunk out of there. So that's not what's caused this, because obviously that's a main, that's a big end, but that is not good. The only problem is with that, because it hasn't taken, is it going to happen on all the others? So we cannot take the risk and just get that one repaired. We're going to have to get them all ground back, metal sprayed completely again, and then ground back. So you're starting from scratch, really. John's measured a few of the lobes on the cams, and the cams are worn, apparently. This thing has got Kent springs in it, so it's, as I say, it's all a little bit aftermarket. So we're going to need new camshafts. The main bearings here, as you can see, are not good. Now that wasn't even one that had come out of there, so something's been floating around in the oil. As I say, guys, not good news. You're probably looking there with the metal spraying on the crankshaft, getting all the white metaling done, and you're probably looking at a couple of £1,000 there, I would imagine, by the time you get all of it done. All of those rods are going to have to be done. You've got a new set of pistons. So I do remember speaking to him quite a while ago. This is when he first got in touch with us, and it did sound like he would struggle to get his head around how much guys like us charge these days, whether he's going to have it done, knowing that there's probably a couple of £1,000 worth of machining and what have you before we even get to the engine. I do not know. So John's going to give him a bell. I do think he's been trying to get hold of him, but yeah, what we've had in the past is with the white metaling, apparently there's only one place we will use now, but people skimp on the bonding agent. And what we've had is we've had white metaling done, or we've had engines in that has had white metaling done where they haven't bought this specific bonding agent, because it is quite expensive, and it's just sort of come away. So whether that's what's happened there, I don't know. But we're going to have to send these to our guy, and that is not going to be a cheap option, to be honest with you, getting that done. So yeah, who knows whether he's going to go ahead with it, guys, but that is really, compared to what we were expecting, that is a complete disaster.
Oh, I found a medium.
Well done, mate.
I found a medium. There you go.
Is that going to fit?
Yeah. Give me half an hour. Or give me 5 minutes. I'll come back out.
All right, mate.
A little montage thing. You know?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, thought you were going for a muscle fit.
I'll start again. Sorry.
Right, the 1500 pre-crossflow here, everything's sort of done. It's just Meccano. The only thing we were waiting for, which I did forget, is Isaac has balanced the crank assembly, bar the clutch, and I thought we had a clutch on the way, but apparently our supplier got hold of us yesterday, spoke to John and said they can't do one. So we're really struggling on a clutch for this 1500 pre-crossflow. But what we've done, we spoke to a customer. We actually rang Harris, HPE, Harris Performance Engines, and they put us onto this company saying, look, just get your existing clutch redone. So I'll box that up. I'm going to send it off to first thing in the morning, and hopefully we'll get that back next week now. So this is going to be a sort of week behind schedule. So what I've done is I've set Paul on the MGB engine, which is under here. He's methodically gone through this. So him and Isaac together, obviously Isaac has been doing a few bits on this. He's done a dummy build this morning, made sure everything is okay. Then he stripped it all down. He's double checked the cleanliness of everything, obviously, and we've put it back together after doing a couple of little mods, and he's sort of got the crank and pistons and rods in, and tomorrow he should have this well on the way to being finished. So this MGB should be out the way, but that's going to look really nice when it's all together, that colour. Lovely. So there we go, guys. The MGB is nearly done. Paul's done a great job, and we're done for the week. So have a lovely weekend. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in another one. Cheers, guys.